Hello, everybody. Some quick thoughts, quick post regarding fair trade, primarily as it relates to the products that I have brung, and will be bringing from Mexico. First off, for those unfamiliar with the term, fair trade means it's a fair shake for everybody involved. I do not believe in exploiting people for their work. I believe that everybody should be compensated for the value they bring, be it a service, be it a product, all those things. So the one thing about articles from Mexico, well, I should say, one thing that I've noticed about Mexican culture and as it relates to me as a Mexican American is a whole concept, a racist concept, that somehow, if it's from Mexico, it needs to be cheap. If it's done by a Mexican, it needs to be cheap. If it's done by a Mexican American, it needs to be cheap. And fuck that, because number one, bitch, I'm from East Dearborn. All right, get that right. You know, I grew up in English. You know, I think in dollars. I need to make them. I owe dollars. I live in dollars. So, in my life, but well, specifically, I'll speak of in my time working and operating my plumbing business. Early on, I'd run into that. Guys think, because I'm some chicon, it's gonna be cheap, and they learn quick that ain't how it goes. Cause fuck that. But the same principle applies, number one, everywhere, but specifically regarding these the artisanal works, the products that I bring from Mexico. They're not cheap. Number one, I don't bring trinket items. That's the main thing. I don't plan on bringing, little souvenir shop items. There is a vast sector of a formal and informal Mexican economy of the highest skilled artisans, artists, laborers, in every sector, and they make the highest quality items as it pertains to them, be it food, be it clothing, be it ceramic work, be it anything. And those are the things that I plan on bringing. And you will see, as a member, as a customer, as an individual, you'll see what I'm talking about. That these aren't just super cheap, things. So they're not cheaply made. So number one, they're not going to be at a cheap price. First and foremost, they are at a price that provides a living wage for the creators of these products. That means, listen, for these artisans to make these items, they need to produce. They need to generate revenues. I understand that. Anyone with a business or a job can understand that. You got to make money. So it would be just a douchebag move of me if I were to somehow, if I were to go to Mexico and straight up take advantage of the artisans and the indigenous peoples primarily that make the products that I import. And the reality is it's easy to do. And the unfortunate reality is I am aware of certain importers, people in my 6 degrees of separation that do that. Because I could easily go to an indigenous individual selling handmade whatever when her kids don't have shoes on her feet and offer her basement bottom prices, and she'll take it. All right? But I don't do that as a principle. I don't do that as a question of ethics and morality. It's just not what I'm interested in doing. So nothing I get is basement bottom, exploitative. I'm not looking to exploit anybody. So let's get that right. So when I bring in items you know, as a practice, they are fair to the maker. They cover the cost to bring them here, and they're fair to the retailer, me, to the end guy, and they're fair to you. So, you know, right now I'm on my first trip down there myself to get the stuff and bring it back so I can offer it at a decent price. All right, still a fair price, a fair trade value price, fair to everybody involved. All right, so I got a question about it, you know, regarding fair trade. I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and make a post about that right now. I have a lot of thoughts on the matter. I'm passionate about the topic, and the last thing I plan to do is go to, you know, to Mexico, you know, to the motherland, and take advantage of, you know, it's not even my people thing. It's just people in general. So, you know, those are some quick thoughts on how I view it. If you share these views, then you're in the right spot. But if you're expecting me to go down, take advantage of artisans and people struggling, especially now during COVID, you know, to take advantage of their desperation in some cases and get these prices so I can maximize my own profits, that's not how I roll. That's not how it works, and that's not what I plan on doing. So, you know, with that said, like I said, if you're of the same opinion, then, you know, like I said, you're in good company. All right.